क्वेश्चन में सबसे पहले रुक करते हैं जयपुर का। हाईकोर्ट का प्लैटिनम जुबली वर्ष समारोह सीतापुरा स्थित JECC में चल रहा है इस वक्त, और ये सीधी तस्वीर आप देख रहे हैं। जस्टिस DY चंद्रचूड़ संबोधित कर रहे हैं कार्यक्रम।
If more and more members of the legal fraternity embrace technology, and who's leading from the front? Our former judges of the High Court and the Supreme Court are leading from the front, because after COVID-19, most arbitrations are taking place online. So if our seniors can do it, why are we in the High Court so resistant to change? That resistance must change. Today we are celebrating the past glory of this distinguished institution. However, I always believe that the best way to celebrate the past is not only to pat ourselves on the back for what we have achieved, but also to frame our vision for the future. An issue that must trouble us all is the dismal representation of women as judges and practicing members of the bar. I was happy to meet the only two judges of the bar appointed to the Rajasthan High Court. It's a wonderful achievement. Why only two from the bar? You can't get women out of thin air. They become judges of the High Court today when we lay down the foundation of an accessible bar. It is when we encourage women to join the bar today that we'll ensure that 15 years down the line, many of them will become direct recruit district judges, and maybe 20 or 25 years down the line, they'll become judges of the High Court. So the conditions which we set up for women today will determine how inclusive our legal profession is, say 20 years down the line. The idea is not only to achieve formal equality by ensuring that there are more female judges and advocates, but also to recognize the subconscious biases that we unknowingly perpetuate both inside and outside the courtrooms. Successful female lawyers and judges have often narrated their experiences of heroically juggling childcare, societal and familial responsibilities, while also dealing with a ruthless profession. A renowned female advocate compared her experience to Jhansi ki Rani entering the battlefield with her infant son strapped to her back. The hard work and grit of our female colleagues is no doubt inspiring. But these stories must also compel us to hold up a mirror and ask ourselves, why has this experience been normalized? Why aren't we institutions bearing the onus to change? To address these challenges and move towards a more equitable legal profession, several solutions can be implemented at an institutional level, including fellowships or financial aid to female litigators, infrastructural facilities like creches and lactation rooms. In the Supreme Court, we have ensured that every bathroom for use by women lawyers must have sanitary napkin dispensers. How many courts across the country have adopted it? And most importantly, mentoring programs for young women entering the profession. In the courtroom, while we all like to believe that we are unbiased and objective, chances are that each one of us relies on stereotypes of some form or the other. We can mitigate the harmful effects of such biases by acknowledging that we hold certain subconscious biases and making an active attempt to overcome the bias. The Supreme Court has recently released a handbook to combat gender stereotypes, which is available on our website in the electronic form. I urge all judges present here, all lawyers, to read the document and keep it as a guidebook to check themselves when they might unknowingly perpetuate certain gender-based stereotypes. But what is our vision for the future? And I'll spend just 3 or 4 minutes and I'll be done. What is the role of advocates, the future which we envisage for the institution of the Rajasthan High Court? Our institution, the legal profession, lives by traditions. Traditions bring us values. Our traditions give us a sense of being rooted in our values, the strong traditions of this High Court.